Hey guys, today we're gonna do a reacting video to this video called I Cry Diamonds, my animated story.
My name is Gail, and I cry diamonds. I would like
She
to
must be
joke and
rich.
say that with every tear I cry, I get richer, but alas, it only hurts.
Oh, we dropped the volume.
Over time, I myself risk turning into stone. My rare disease did not manifest for a long time.
She probably is
Until
rich.
15 years old, I lived the life of an ordinary teenager.
Makes sense.
With the exception of my unusually clear blue eyes, very pale, thin skin, and excessively strong thirst. I calmly drank 4 liters of water a day.
It's a lot of water.
I was just like everyone else. But once, when Dad was driving me to school, we had an accident. There were no serious injuries, a couple of cuts on my father, and a slight bruise to my head. But a week later, I woke up with a sharp pain in my right eye. I ran to the mirror and saw that something like a small white piece of glass was in it. With my mom's help, we took out a crystal with an irregular shape and sharp corners. The pain continued, and we extracted another 5 crystal tears. To our surprise, the ophthalmologist at the hospital, although very frightened, knew the reason for the nightmare that was happening to me. I had a series of tests and was diagnosed.
Sorry if it shakes.
I have a type of nephropathic cystinosis.
Twitch.
Sounds creepy, right? This is an extremely rare genetic disease when hexagonal crystals form in the cells of the bone marrow, liver, spleen, lymphatic system, and even on the cornea of the eye. The chances of a person suffering from this disease are about 1 in 200,000, but I was lucky. The disease makes itself known from early childhood, but mine was almost asymptomatic. As it turned out, my fair skin and hair, pale blue eyes, and a constant need for water were the first signs of this rare ailment. But the unfortunate accident with my father started sharp progression, and the cystine crystals that form in my eye, which are poorly soluble in water, threatened to deprive me of my vision. This wasn't the worst of it. Soon, we became convinced that crystal tears were only the first manifestation of a terrible disease.
Oh, she's rich.
Now crystals attack my whole body and are formed literally everywhere. In the stomach, liver, lungs, and I risked turning into stone. But an expensive operation and further therapy could save me. The money has already been raised, and I really hope that I will be able to beat this disease. And then, if I cry, it will be with joy that everything is in the past. And instead of pain, these tears will bring relief. And instead of crystals, it will be ordinary water that gently flows down my cheeks.
Hopefully.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to my story.
That was short. Let's listen to another one. I'm gonna go find another one. Okay, I found this one called I Fell for an Ugly Girl in School. Okay, animated style. Okay. Okay then. I guess that's what it's gonna be. I can't find anything better. I looked up short, was on my time crunch. It's again still in school.
I'm Crystal.
Break though.
I'm currently a senior in high school, but I'm already applying to colleges for next year. My college application is pretty much perfect. I'm the cheer captain of my cheerleading squad. I'm an Instagram influencer with over 100,000 followers.
That's a lot of followers.
Oh yeah, and I'm the prettiest and most popular girl at school too.
Okay.
There's just one problem.
Okay.
I was failing biology class.
Oh.
It was ruining my almost perfect college application and ruining my life. I didn't take classes seriously by senior year, so I didn't show up to a lot of them.
Okay.
I thought my teachers would just give me a passing grade since it's my last year of school and make sure I don't ruin my chances of getting into college. I didn't think any teacher was going to be heartless, but turns out my biology teacher was. She told me I was going to fail her class if I didn't get an A on the final project.
Oh, sure, she got something to get an A.
Desperate. I literally have no idea what's going on in that class. The good thing was that the final project was done in pairs.
Gay story,
I just had to find some smart person in class I could mooch off of.
Hopefully this doesn't get demonetized.
Maybe this was gonna be easy. I already had someone in mind. Jean was this nerdy girl in our class that I didn't even know existed until this year.
Okay.
She looked unremarkable. She had curly brown hair and freckles, didn't wear any makeup.
Or for a long
Too bad, but her face definitely needed some work. After I asked around a bit, It turns
Oh, they're
out
her
Jean's
referrals.
been acing the class. She'd be the perfect partner for this project. I approached her after class one day and asked her if she wanted to be my partner for the final project. I mean, who wouldn't? But her answer was not what I was expecting.
Okay.
She looked at me with a blank stare and said, "No thanks."
Why?
Straight to my face. I was shook. I decided to ask her again. "Look, I need your help. I am failing, and if I don't get a passing grade, I might not be able to get into college. If you help me with this project, then I'll do a favor for you." She looked at me
Deal.
for a second and said, "Fine, I'll help you, but in return, you have to help me go on a date with my crush." Deal. We shook hands and agreed to meet at my house the next day after school. The next day at school, I saw Jean in the hall and waved to her. But to my surprise, she just ignored me and ran off. Thought it was kind of weird, but didn't think much of it.
At least changed her
Then
shirt.
I saw her right before biology class and said, "Hey, Jean." And she didn't even look up. She just turned in the opposite direction and walked off. Was I crazy or something? Why would she want to ignore me? Like she was embarrassed to be seen with me? I am the most popular girl in our school. It was really puzzling, and I decided to ask her about it later. After school, Jean came over to my house. Before I was able to ask her anything, Jean spoke up and said, "Okay, so I have a few rules." I listened intently. This girl was kind of weird.
What are those rules?
She said, "Rule number 1, I cannot tell you who my crush is, but I will tell you things about them." I was confused. How was I
Sorry about
supposed to
the
help
lines
her
on the
with her
screen.
crush if she wouldn't tell me anything about him? Rule 2, when you see me at school, pretend like we don't know each other. And lastly, rule number 3, I'll do all the work for the project. It's better that you don't get involved.
These are garbage rules.
I thought it was really
Garbage.
strange, but I didn't complain. After all,
I wouldn't.
she offered to do all the work. We met up every day after school. I would help her pick out nice outfits, teach her how to put on makeup, and how to take cute selfies.
Deal.
While she worked on our biology project.
I need to check the time.
By the end of she actually looked, well, kind of pretty. I gave myself a mental pat on the back. I did a great job transforming her. In another universe, something might have even happened. Too bad she probably wasn't even into girls like I was. But I bet her crush would fall head over heels for her new look. Over the next few weeks, we continued with our arrangement. I ignored her in the hallways, and she would drop hints about her crush. She described them as very attractive, generous, outgoing, but I still had no idea who it was. Surprisingly, though,
Makes sense. She doesn't want you to. She shouldn't be able to know.
She was really smart and actually confident, and had a wicked sense of humor. Most of the time, though, she was very serious, especially when it came to school. I got by with my looks and popularity, but I really respect Jean for giving it her all with her studies.
This is where I'm going to end this video. Hopefully you like, subscribed, and turn on notifications. So peace out, and don't forget to keep on booming.